Super impressive. Give her a round of applause.
Thanks. Do you know what it means?
Yes. Happy New Year.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
In Korean.
As many of you know, the Asian American Coalition of Chicago, Asian American organization in the Midwest.
And this Lunar New Year Gala that's held annually is the largest Asian American event in the Midwest.
This year, the Korean American Association of Chicago is hosting this event.
Yes, and this is actually the first time in 9 years that the Korean American community is hosting this event.
And do you all know what the theme is this year?
It is Be United, Stay Together. Yes.
Isn't that we must stay united?
We definitely must stay united. Let's do that, Billy.
The whole
Let's
night.
do that.
It's going to be like this.
Yes. So the mission of the Asian American Coalition of Chicago, AACC, is enriching Asian cultural values and recognizing the importance of Asian American contributions to our country.
And this event tonight that you are so graciously supporting is one step in accomplishing that mission.
So let's go ahead and get started with the 35th annual Lunar New Year celebration.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please rise for the color guard.
기수단 제자리에서 왼편 돌아.
We now welcome Miss to the stage to sing our country's national anthem. Thank you.
Members of the Republic of Korea's Marine Corps of Chicago host the flag of the United States.
기수단 포스.
And now Mr. Itak Seo, the host committee chair, will come out to the stage and give us welcoming remarks. Please welcome Mr. Itak Seo.
Go.
Good evening. My name is Itak Seo. One of the things that excited me was being a chairperson of Asian American Coalition of Chicago was to meet a great individuals of Asian American leaders working together to prepare this great event and coming up with a united vision. My father, who lost entire family because of the Korean War, always said that if I want to make a contribution to the world, to betterment, then he said, it is not about you, it is about others. Then we can be united and stay together. Thank you so much, all of you, who are here tonight to make this event a success. Thank you especially to event director, Jin-Han Lee, and the programming committee members for all their sleepless nights and days that made sure that this event is going to be a success one. And all volunteers. There are over 50 volunteers here tonight, making sure that there is an organization and smooth process throughout the event. Thank you so much. Not only volunteers, thank you very much, Mr. General Consul of Republic of Korea, Jong-guk Lee, for his support, continuously supporting our community. Congratulations to Lieutenant Governor for outstanding. Can you give her a big applause? She's all over bringing hope and happiness with her great smile and compassion. Thank you to Ms. An Jin for her contribution to the community and making betterment our society. Thank you to Justice Burke, being the role model in the Illinois Supreme Court, and bringing righteousness and justness to our community. Congratulations to Bart Moy. Mr. Bart Moy brought a lot of contribution to the city of Chicago as well as to the community where he belonged. Thank you very much for everyone who's being here. I'm so proud, I'm so happy to have this event. It is because all of you, that is the reason why I'm so proud about this being here. Thank you so much, everyone. Asian American Coalition of Chicago. The Asian American Coalition of Chicago would not have existed and been successful for the past 35 years without these great individuals. Please, board members, come up to the stage. Thank you.
The Asian American Coalition of Chicago was founded in 1983. Oh, sorry. The Asian American Coalition of Chicago was founded in 1983 and is represented by over 16 cultures. Leaders from 9 of these communities take turns hosting this Lunar New Year celebration on a rotating basis. The leaders are from Chinese, Filipino, Indian, Indonesian, Japanese, Korean, Pakistani, Thai, Vietnamese, American. Mr. Paul Park, the president of the AACC Board of Directors, reading.
Happy and healthy New Year. The Asian values of hard work ethic and the parental guidance are the foundation which have enabled Asian Americans to achieve their at this time, when our beloved country is being fractured by senseless killings, the world is trying to expand the horizon to contribute Asian values into American culture. The cure of senseless killings is effective parental guidance. As an example, I want to cite the heartfelt lesson of the devoted mother of former South Korean. In his early childhood, his family was very, very poor. His mother was the breadwinner, while he had to sell candies on the street to help out the family. At times, the boy felt shameful and embarrassed to his friend on her way to sell vegetables in the market. His mom stopped by and told him, "My dear son, but laziness is a sin." To make a long story short, his mother's admonition became an unforgettable motivation and inspiration to make him president of Hyundai Kia Auto Company and later president of South Korea. My fellow Asian Americans, with our proud heritage, become true examples of the Asian values and be faithful and responsible Americans. In closing, let's make America greater by placing the interest of America above the interest of our respective mother country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Seo and Mr. Park, for your leadership of AACC.
We have a lot of special guests tonight, and we'd like to bring some of them to the stage. First, please welcome Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy.
We will actually be beginning with a video from Senator Tammy Duckworth.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 35th Annual Lunar New Year celebration. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there to join in this wonderful event, but I want to thank the Asian American Coalition of Chicago and the Korean American Association of Chicago for organizing yet another memorable evening. Best wishes to everyone in attendance as you celebrate the beginning of the Year of the Dog, a symbol for honesty, trustworthiness, and prudence. Unfortunately, recent political gamesmanship has given many reason to believe that their government represents anything but those qualities. At the center of this gamesmanship are attacks on immigrants and communities of color used to shirk responsibility for years of policies that widened economic gaps and left some people behind. Now we find ourselves fighting to preserve core tenets of our nation's immigration policies, like unified families and provided more than 80% of Asian Americans the opportunity to pursue the American dream. Though the fight has just begun, I am comforted by the tireless efforts of organizations like yours to engage Illinoisans in the democratic process and promote the contributions of Asian Americans to our nation's continued prosperity. As your senator, I look forward to working alongside you to continue fighting for policies that work for all Americans. Again, thank you to the Asian American Coalition of Chicago and the Korean American Association for your tireless efforts on behalf of Illinoisans. My best to all in attendance tonight.
Please give them a round of applause.
Good evening, 안녕하세요. I am honored to be here. I want to observe the 3 rules of public speaking. Be short, be sweet, and be gone. So I only have 3 points I want to make. First point, congratulations to the Korean American Association of Chicago for putting on this wonderful event. Can you give them a big round of applause? The room is full, it's packed. It's absolutely packed. Congratulations. Second point, who has been watching the Pyeongchang Olympics? Aren't you so proud of what you see on television? We're so proud of Team USA. We're proud of Chloe Kim and Thomas Hong, who have done you at the Team USA very proud. Can you give them a round of applause? And we're so proud of the representation of the Olympics and what Korea has done with the Olympics in showing a team of reunification. That's something that shows peace and harmony, something that we all can learn from. So I'm so proud to see what we have been seeing on television. Third and final point, I am proud to be an Asian American member of the United States Congress. However, there is not yet a Korean American member of the United States Congress. I think we should change that. What do you think? So this is what I respectfully request. I don't care if you're a Republican, a Democrat, an independent. I ask you to consider running for office. Maybe state representative, maybe state senator. Maybe one of you will even consider running for the United States Congress. Although please, not in my congressional district. Anywhere else, we'll be so proud to support you. So thank you so much. God bless you. God bless America. God bless Korea. And I'm so honored to be here. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Congressman Krishnamurthy, for your inspirational words. Next.
Oh, it's an honor to be here with my friend Raja and to bring you greetings. And just as I was sitting on the table and watching the parade of people coming in and watching the video presentation, I thought, what an incredible reflection this is of the very best around the world choosing to live where? Choosing to live in the United States of America. To me, because so many of you could have lived anywhere. You could have stayed in your country of origin if you chose to. You could have gone to the UK, could have gone to Canada, you could have gone to Australia, you could have gone to Europe, you could have gone any number of places, but I am so pleased that you chose to live here. Why am I pleased that you chose to live here? I'll tell you why. The United States of America is the only country in the world that is based on an idea. We're the only one Other countries are based on ethnicity and geography and this, that, and the other thing, but the United States of America is the only country that was based on an idea. Now, there's been another country that was based on an idea. It was the Soviet Union. Turns out it was a bad idea, and it didn't last very long. But the United States is here, and you are the very best reflection of it. You know, the motto for today, I just took a note, stay united, or be united, stay together. You know what that theme is? That's the very theme from our Pledge of Allegiance. One nation, under God, indivisible. And as we were watching the Republic of Korea Marine Corps contingent bring in that flag, it is that flag that brings us all together, but it is that flag that also honors and respects the heritage and the very best and brightest from all around the world. So I'm honored to be a part of tonight's celebration. I thank you, and God be with you.
Thank you, Congressman. Next, let's give a warm welcome to Illinois Secretary.
안녕하세요. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for me to be here with you today. Special thanks to the Korean American organization for hosting this wonderful event. It's a known fact that when we live together and work together, wonderful things happen. It's a wonderful things are happening here tonight. The election season is upon us. Make sure you get registered and come out and discharge your civic responsibilities, because if you don't vote, you lose your grant rights, cannot complain about anything in society. Let us continue to work in peace and harmony with one another to make this world a better place in which to live. We do those things and more. Society and the world will be a better place for all of us. Enjoy this wonderful dinner, and remember, love your fellow man and woman, and never ever dislike anyone because of race, creed, or color. That is the Republic's current day. Enjoy this wonderful event. I'm going to look forward to eating some wonderful liquid and gastronomical peas. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Illinois Secretary of State, Mr. Jesse White. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Nice to see you, sir. Next up, we have the Comptroller for Illinois, Susana Mendoza. Please give her a round of applause.
And I want to say that it is such a pleasure for me as your Illinois State Comptroller to have the opportunity to represent you every day in my role as your state's Chief Fiscal Officer. Tonight is a beautiful representation of what America looks like. This is in fact what America looks like. You are in fact why our country is such a beautiful and amazing country filled with opportunity. I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for seeing 16 different Asian American communities represented here tonight just in the state of Illinois. This is about be united, stay together. But I want to promise you that as your comptroller, it is my pride and my honor to stand together with you and for you. Thank you, Kamamsabida. And happy Lunar New Year, Year of the Dog.
Thank you to our Comptroller, Susana Mendoza. And if you'd now please join me in giving a warm welcome to the Treasurer of Illinois, Michael Frericks.
Good evening. My name is Mike Frericks. I'm the Illinois State Treasurer. Many years ago, I lived for a couple of years in Asia. And I was impressed by the warm welcome I received into homes and to their hearts. And it's a pleasure to be here today with you. It is a pleasure to see so many Asian Americans here today who are part of our society and warmly welcomed and integrated, because this diversity makes our country and makes our state stronger. It lives up to our American values, and I think that that's something we ought to celebrate. As the Illinois State Treasurer, I'm also in charge of unclaimed property. This is a time of year where we should wish people great prosperity, and the Treasurer's Office wants to help with that prosperity. We have unclaimed property we would like to get to you. Check out illinoistreasurer.gov. It is a real pleasure to be here today because of my time living in Taiwan, but I also have brought my daughter here today, who 3 generations of her ancestors lived and worked and were missionaries in Korea. So a very special 감사합니다. Happy New Year, 新年快乐, 恭喜发财. Thank you.
Plan for and achieve financial security. And so to that end, our team is growing. We're growing here in Chicago. And if you're interested in joining us and being a part of our team and helping those around you plan for their futures, or you have questions about your own plan, by the Country Financial booth before you leave tonight and talk to a member of our team. I'm sure they can answer any questions that you may have. Again, thank you for having us here tonight, and I hope you enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Thank you for your support for this evening's event. Thank you so much.
We have one more dignitary to recognize who is of the DuPage County Board.
And one more sponsor, Amanda Howland. Thank you so much.
So, Billy, do you know that this year is an election year?
I do, of course I do. And I'm actually ready to vote.
Good for you. But before voting, you should know who the candidates are, right?
That would be nice. There are a lot in attendance tonight, which is really exciting.
Yes. So if your name is called, please do come up on the stage and wave your hand. Well, we're going to have a video first, and then we're going to announce our candidates. So please stay tuned for a video.
Dad is gonna let you know a little secret. And since Dad is the smartest person you know, aside from Mommy, you should listen. Okay? Here it is. It's easy. I'm sure you're gonna have failure, but you're also gonna have success. But you're also gonna fly. As long as you keep moving forward. As long as you always have a plan, life can be easy. And that's my secret. Now it's our secret.
Jesse Ruiz, candidate for Illinois Attorney General.
Fritz Pagey, candidate for Cook County Assessor.
Supon Shah, candidate 10th Congressional District.
Juliana Stratton, candidate for Illinois Lieutenant Governor.
Sadia Covert, candidate for DuPage County Board.
Peter Garipi, candidate for Cook County Treasurer.
Ram Alivalam, candidate for 8th District State Senate.
Ann Shaw, candidate for the 4th District State Representative.
Grace Chan, candidate for the 25th District State Representative.
Jennifer Gon Gershowitz, candidate for the 17th District State Representative.
Daniel Viss, candidate for Governor.
Doug Bennett.
Sargis Sagari.
Amanda Vila.
Peter Lee.
Kevin Morrison, Cook County Board.
Chris Kennedy, candidate for Governor.
Jitendra Divankar for Congress.
J. Michael Carr for Alderman of the 9th Ward.
And again, Gary Grasso, candidate for the Illinois AG.
Orrin F. Whiting for Judge. Come on up.
And Teresa Ma as well.
Amanda Howell, Congress. Come on up and join us.
Please come up and join us on stage.
Everybody.
And if there's anybody that we have missed, please do come up and inform us.
Run through the names real quick. One more, put your hand up and say hi to everyone so everyone knows who you are.
Okay, Samina Mustafa.
Candidate for the 5th District. Zara Suratwala, candidate for DuPage County Board.
Rishi Agarwal, candidate for judge.
Bryn, candidate for Illinois Attorney General.
Dilara Saeed, candidate for Illinois.
Robert Harris, candidate for judge.
Laura Murphy, candidate for state senator.
Bessie Ruiz, candidate for Illinois Attorney General.
Fritz Kagi, candidate for Cook County assessor.
Supan Shah, candidate 10th Congressional District.
Joel Chupak, for judge.
J. Michael Carr, Alderman for the 9th Ward.
Juliana Stratton, candidate for Illinois Lieutenant Governor.
Sadia Covert, candidate for
Peter Garipi, candidate for Cook County Treasurer.
You're still coming in.
We're still coming.
Ram, for 8th District State Senate.
Uwana Salajanu, for Circuit Court Judge, Cook County. Please rise.
I did.
For the 5th Ward, I'm sorry, correction. Ann Shaw, candidate for the 4th District State Representative.
Grace Chan, candidate for the 25th District State Representative.
Jennifer Dawn Dershowitz, candidate for the 17th.
Daniel Bliss, candidate for Governor.
Doug Bennett.
Sarji Sagari.
Amanda.
Peter Lee.
Kevin Morrison, Cook County Board Commissioner candidate.
Chris Kennedy, candidate for Governor.
Teresa Ma. Representative Teresa Ma.
Lauren F. Whiting, Cook County Circuit Court.
If there's anybody here we have not announced, can you please?
I'm running for State Senate 30th. My name is Suje Lee. Thank you.
Evelyn Sand Gwinetti, the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Illinois.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. If you were not announced, okay.
I'm Holly Kim, and I'm running for Lake County Treasurer.
Teresa Ma, running for re-election for 2nd District State Representative.
Hello friends, my name is Jitendra JD. I'm running for 8th Congressional District.
Amanda Howland, running for the 6th Congressional District.
Gary Grasso, running for Illinois.
Samina Mustafa, running for the U.S. Congress 5th Congressional District. Okay, thank you very much. These candidates worked so hard, so we're happy to be able to honor them this evening.
Good luck to all candidates. Let's give them one last round of applause for representing all you do. Very much appreciated.
Thank you very much. And now, everyone, it is time to see the beauty of Korea.
Yes. The Chicago Korean Dance Company will now
that was absolutely beautiful.
Let's give them one more round of applause. That was really outstanding. That was...
Yes, I've never seen these kind of things before.
Every year, the AACC presents special awards to select Asian Americans, American community.
We'd like to ask Mr. Itak Seo, the chairperson for this year, back onto the stage.
Our first award, given tonight, is the Pan-Asian American Pink Tom Memorial Award.
The awardee is Mr. Bart Moy, and here to introduce him tonight is his lovely wife, Miss Joni Lung, who's a recorder for... Please welcome them to the stage.
To tell you about the recipient of the 2018 Pink Tom Award. This year it is Barton Moy, a dedicated public servant, incredibly active volunteer for charity and advocacy groups, passionate baseball coach, wonderful father of 2 perfect children, and my husband. It's about time that Bart Moy is recognized for all the work he's done to promote the Asian American community over the last 30 years. I can tell you he has never sought so naturally to him. In addition to his jobs as Chicago liaison to the Asian American community and supervisor in the police department's community policing, Bart has founded and served on numerous founding member of the Asian American Institute, now Asian Americans Advancing Justice, president of Chinese Mutual Aid Association, the Asian Advisory Council for Illinois State's Attorney and Governor. He served for the Chicago Children's Museum, its Boys and Girls Club, Sheridan Park Baseball, BIT Baseball Academy. He was delegate to the Democratic National Convention, and he served on the local school council. These are some of the things he does when he's not helping Asian Americans get what they need from government or helping candidates in their political aspirations. And all these activities are volunteer work. His commitment to community, adults, and children are his legacy. He's been involved at the grassroots to the presidential level. He's often the first to recognize potential in a leader, and I can't tell you how many times on behalf of someone seeking office before anyone else, and he was right about how good they would ultimately turn out to be. He got behind a smart, lanky, likable unknown, called in the world music group Funkadaisy, and introduced that go-getter to the community. That man went on to become Chicago's 2-term president of the United States, Barack Obama. There really is no other person who knows and supports all the diverse groups of our community as well as Bart Moy. His impact in shaping Chicago's Asian American community is worthy of the Pink Tom Award. And he's achieved all this while being an excellent father and a wonderful husband. And I'll tell you a secret. We both met when we were being official. He was representing the mayor, I was emceeing this Asian American Heritage Month event, and he has been my role model ever since. Please help me congratulate this year's Pink Tom awardee, Barton Moy.
Congratulations, the Pan-Asian Pink Tom Memorial Award is presented to Bart Moy in grateful recognition of outstanding achievement in Pan-Asian community endeavors. Proudly embody the spirit of our beloved civic leader, Pink Tom.
Now Mr. Bart Moy will give us an award speech.
wife, Joni. I wasn't sure if she was introducing me or not. Good evening. To Mr. So, dignitaries, guests. It is my honor to receive the Pan-Asian Pink Tom Award. I'm not used to this distinction. I'm usually the one behind the scenes, organizing, planning, fixing a crisis, and avoiding the spotlight. So it is with great humility that I accept this award. Chosen by people I have admired for many years. The Pink Tom Memorial Award is especially meaningful because I was inspired by Pink Tom at a very early age. When I was a kid, I would run around the town. My parents, who are here tonight, were in the restaurant business, and our families were both working hard, making it in Chicago. Of course, Ping went on to shape the Asian American community through his politics. I revered him as a role model. His death was devastating, and I respect the legacy of his award, named for him. My first duty with the city of Chicago was as Asian American for Mayor Richard M. Daley. It was my responsibility to make sure the Asian American community had access to City Hall, that all our communities would be represented. Opening the for immigrants and marginalized citizens became some of my most rewarding work because I was able to clear the red tape of government for people. It is the basis for a lot of work. You heard about my positions on boards and associations. Every one of them is dear to my heart. I serve because when you do something good for someone, you receive a unique level of satisfaction. In my nearly 30 years of service of building bridges for a stronger community, we have seen more representation in places of power. We have Asian Americans at the federal, state, and county level. I'm so proud of how far we have come, from a small group to all of us having a seat at the table and many good opportunities ahead. In the spirit of Pink Tom, I'm happy to encourage and cultivate the young talent that will guide us to the new frontier. I want to thank the Asian American Coalition of Chicago, Mayor Rahm Emanuel, Eddie Johnson, and my family, my parents, sisters, and their husbands, my wife, and children. Thank you all for this prestigious award.
Congratulations, thank you, in 1987, when she was the first woman to serve on the Illinois Court of Claims. She later served nearly 12.
Thank you so much for that very kind introduction. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests on this occasion of the 35th annual Lunar New Year celebration. And congratulations, Bart, and all the other award recipients this evening. I am humbled to share this evening with you. First, may I say that this is a great honor for me to see you tonight to accept the Sandra Otaka Grand Asian Award. I am gratified and deeply humbled knowing that is being presented to me in the cherished and loving memory of the Honorable of Sandra R. Otaka. She was much more to me than a respected colleague. Judge Otaka was my friend, a judicial inspirer, and a loving and deeply devoted mother to Jeffrey. I have the pleasure in 1993 when we both served together on the Illinois State Supreme Court inquiry into the statewide administration of justice. It was chaired by the late Gerald Salovey of the law firm of Jenner and Block. And he often said, "You are not put on earth just to make money. You are put on earth to do good for your fellow persons." Gerald Salovey's thoughtful and compassionate words embody the courageous spirit of Judge Otaka. Throughout her busy and productive life, she was a powerful and enthusiastic advocate for the Asian American communities. Although she was too young to personally experience the deprivation of forced detainment in a U.S. internment camp, the stories of her families handed down to her as a child instilled in Sandra a powerful motivation to address the attending ills of ethnic and racial exclusion in her future calling. She inspired a sense of shared mission by advancing the needs of the poor, the downtrodden, and the children whose lives she deeply touched in the Child Protective Division of the Circuit Court of Cook County. It is in Sandra's esteemed memory that I am so very humbled and pleased to accept this award tonight and to express my sincere gratitude and the women of the 16 Asian American communities represented by the Coalition. All of you are vital stakeholders, supporting and building the future vision and ultimate destiny of our city and state. And I thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. All right, on to the rest.
Once Lieutenant Governor Evelyn's award, she will share her award speech with us.
It's such an honor to be here today. I thank you so much with all my heart. I want to start by New Year. A lot of people don't know, but I was born in the year of the dog. And I'm very happy to have the characteristics of the dog. And one of the characteristics is loyalty. And I presume this is why I've received such a great honor tonight from all of you, because I'm trying to get out to the community and going through all 102 counties as much as possible. And I call you all my friends. I'd like to start by thanking Chairman Etup and the Asian American Coalition of Chicago for this tremendous. I'm incredibly excited to be here for the 35th annual New Year celebration. And I'd like to say happy birthday to the Asian of Chicago. Feliz cumpleaños. Now, 2018 is a remarkable year. It's also in Illinois. It's the 200th birthday of our great state. And we're excited that the AACC is an endorsed event and part of the Illinois Bicentennial Celebration. I'd also like to give a very special shout out to Ann Jin, the first female president of the Korean of Chicago, as she accepts the 2018 AACC Outstanding Asian American. Congratulations. You are so deserving and such an inspiration to us all. Now, with the attention of the world on the Winter Olympic Games in Korea the last few weeks, it's fitting the American community is hosting tonight's gala. And during the games, I was especially touched to learn about American gold medalist Chloe Kim's story. Her father's journey of sacrifice and hard work into this country, his pursuit of that American dream so that he could give his daughter a chance to be a champion today. And this is very important to me too. You see, my parents are immigrants. My mother, a refugee from Fidel Castro's Cuba. And growing up, she was a teenager when she had me. She was only 15. And it was challenging to have teenage immigrant parents. We were always one step ahead of the landlord, always trying to get ahead, because English was not my first language. I learned Spanish first in my home out of respect to my grandparents and my great-grandparents and my family. And then later, I learned English at school. But learning English at school is kind of tough, because truth be told, it took me a long while, and I felt that it took me a long while to get adjusted. And I failed the first grade because of it. But I had an inspiration in my life, and that inspiration is my mom, Alina. She always told me, Evelyn, en este país tú puedes subir como la espuma. Meaning, Evelyn, in this country, you could rise like the foam. And I think all of you know about that. Our parents come here so that we could be all that we can be on our own power. And that's what we're here to celebrate tonight. The beauty and strength of Korean-American partnership will be on display again tomorrow night as the Olympic Games finally come to a close. And it's been an incredible couple of weeks. Now I'd like to close by remembering the Olympic pursuit from the first Korean American Olympic gold medalist. You guys remember him? Dr. Sammy Lee. He once said, the last two words in American are, I can. So never let anyone diminish your dreams. Happy New Year, and thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Congratulations, congratulations. All right, we have one last award before dinner.
반갑습니다. Honorable Governor Bruce Rauner, many leaders of various civic agencies, ethnic communities, and ladies and gentlemen. It was a great honor this wonderful award on this special occasion, celebrating the Lunar New Year with many distinguished leaders of diverse Chicago area. This is truly an honor, and I thank the organizers of this event for giving me this award. This is the 35th year of the celebration that the Asian American communities have been hosting. For the last couple of years, I attended them as the President Association of Chicago. This year, I see the Korean American community having done a wonderful job of organizing this event. I thank all of the past and current leaders and volunteers who helped this event to be. As we age each year, some people become saddened by it. However, I embrace it because I truly believe with age comes wisdom. As we add one more year of the Lunar New Year's celebration, I'm sure one more year of wisdom. The wisdom of living together while being united in pursuit of human dignity, which coincides with this year's theme, Be United, Stay Together. For me, living together means sharing with my neighbors, those who are in need of help. Under the organization known as the Korean American Friendship Network, my friends and I have donated over 30,000 winter jackets to needy individuals and families in the Chicago area and other Midwestern cities since 2009. Yes, I believe as we age and become wiser, we have to know what it means to live together, and this means sharing with the friends and neighbors. As for being united, it has a special meaning for all of us. This year, immigration is a big topic of the political debate. Most of us, being immigrants from the diverse backgrounds and cultures, we still respect, support, and live together in pursuit of the American dream for us and our children. I hope we stand united in making our voice heard in Washington, D.C. Once again, I would like to thank the organizers of this event for their hard work and this wonderful award. God bless America, Asian American communities, and all of us and our families. Thank you.
Congratulations, and thank you very much, Ms. Jin. Now, would you please give a round of applause for all of our awardees. Congratulations to you all.
All right, who's hungry? Everyone must be hungry by now.
I heard that the dinner tonight is delicious.
We're going to have more performances while dinner's going on.
And after dinner, we are going to have a different...
to me. There was a very friendly course security officer who greeted me every morning when I entered the courthouse. Sayonara, monsieur. And one time, I overheard my client was saying about me, "Hey, my lawyer is Jackie Chan."
To this wonderful celebration. Happy Lunar New Year and happy 35th annual gala for our Asian American Coalition. We are so fortunate in the great state of Illinois. We have one of the largest, most vibrant Asian American communities anywhere in the United States. And tonight we celebrate the incredible accomplishments, the achievements, the contributions of our leaders community. All the ways they've given back and made a huge difference in law and medicine and the arts and business and government. And we celebrate our young leaders, the future of Illinois, the future of America, the young community. Thank you. Let's all give a special thanks to our chairman for this 35th annual. Itaksa, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all our members in the Korean American Association. Thank you for hosting this year. And I look forward to coming back with you next year when the Filipino American community is hosting here. We in Illinois are the greatest state and the greatest nation on earth because we are a nation, we are a state of immigrants. We are all here for freedom and opportunity and pursuing the American dream together, a better life for our children, through economic opportunity and educational opportunity. And together tonight, we celebrate. We celebrate all its wonderful traditions of all our cultures today, and the wonderful traditions and heritage and achievements of our Asian American community. Bless you all. Have a wonderful day working with you, and they celebrate the Year of the Dog. The Year of the Dog. Loyalty, bravery, responsibility. This Year of the Dog is especially important for my wife and me. We are about to have, and she will be born in the Year of the Dog, here in April. And we're very excited for that. Again, congratulations to all of tonight's honorees and awardees, and have a wonderful dinner. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you.
All this board, for 35 years, we have had voluntary service by Board of Trustees. And right now, we have retiring board member, and we are honoring retiring board member. First, Sujitra. Okay, the secretary Margot will read. Okay, you have to read.
Asian American Appreciation Award presented to Suchitra Srapi Bunchai in appreciation for your heartfelt dedication, support, and outstanding service as the trustee of the board. Paul H.D. Park, chairman of the board. Rajinder Mago, secretary, Asian American Coalition of Chicago, February 24, 2018. Why is it blinking?
Rashid will.
Mawr, please come on up. Thank you. Let's give Mawr a round of applause. Next we have
to welcome Mama. Let's welcome Michelle. Great, thank you, Michelle. And now I'd like to welcome up Erica Darcy. Erica Darcy. Thank you, Michelle. And now Erica Darcy. Oh, sorry, that was Erica Darcy. I'm so sorry about that. Josie Kim. Josie Kim is coming up. Come on up, Josie. Thank you. Great, thank you, Mr. Kim. Now I'd like to welcome Madeline Wilson Chu. You know how many pictures I took? मुझे मैसेज कर देना आप पिक्चर जब पोस्ट करोगे ऐसा करूँगा एक लिंक में डाल के आप आपके पर्सनल मैसेज में डाल दूँगा हाँ होगा आप वो तो भी निकालते हैं और फिर मैं आपको थोड़ा सा उसके बारे में लिख के भेज आप मुझे ईमेल कर देना ईमेल भी भेज देना Great, thank you, Ms. Chu. Now I'd like to welcome Mr. Rana Irfan Zaid. Thank you, Mr. Zaid. And now we have Miss Reina Maropa. We're not going to forget about her. She's one of our young Excel Award winners. That's great. And our last but not least receptor is Miss Grace Quinn. And now let's give all of our young recipients a big round of applause. This is our future. They're going to be on the board of the 45th annual Lunar Music Celebration. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Big photo op, smile. Want to take a picture of you too? Great. Let's give them all one more round of applause. Thank you so much. And now, coming up next, you definitely want to stay to see this. I'm so most excited to introduce one of my favorite